Melvin and Howard, 1980. Melvin and Howard isn't just a quirky road movie, it's a slice of true American oddity. Based on the bizarre story of Melvin Dummar, a gas station worker who claimed to meet billionaire Howard Hughes, this film dives into the blurred lines of luck, lies, and the American dream. Directed by Jonathan Demme, it shows how one random act of kindness, giving a ride to a scruffy old man in the desert, could change a man's life forever. But was Hughes's will real or just a fantasy? The film captures working-class struggles, ambition, and the absurdity of chasing fortune. With Mary Steenburgen winning an Oscar for her role, it remains an overlooked 80s gem full of humor, heart, and mystery. Tampopo, 1985. Known as the first true ramen western, Tampopo is a deliciously oddball Japanese comedy directed by Juzo Itami. This film follows Nobuko Miyamoto as a widow determined to make her ramen shop the best in town, aided by a cowboy-like truck driver played by Tutamu Yamazaki. But the story doesn't stop there. It's a wild collage of food obsessions, sensuality, and slapstick humor. Each vignette explores the sacred connection between people and food, from ramen rituals to over-the-top gourmet lovers. What makes Tampopo unforgettable is how it mixes spaghetti western parody with mouth-watering close-ups of noodles. It's playful, satirical, and deeply satisfying, making you hungry while laughing at life's absurdities. A cult classic that proves even a bowl of ramen can become a cinematic legend. Night of the Comet, 1984. A comet streaks across the sky, and overnight, most of humanity turns to dust, leaving behind only a handful of survivors in Los Angeles. This underrated sci-fi horror comedy perfectly blends apocalypse chills with campy 80s fun. Catherine Mary Stewart and Kelly Maroney star as Valley Girl sisters who suddenly find themselves battling zombies, scientists, and loneliness in an empty Los Angeles. What makes the film shine is its mix of neon visuals, witty dialogue, and surprisingly sharp social satire. The mall shopping scenes and upbeat soundtrack make the chaos strangely fun, while its cult following continues to grow. It's a rare 80s sci-fi film where female leads take charge, proving even fashion-loving teens can save the world when the night sky burns red. Brazil, 1985. Brazil is a surreal dystopian masterpiece directed by Terry Gilliam. Imagine a world controlled by endless paperwork, malfunctioning machines, and a government obsessed with control. That's where we meet Sam Lowry, a low-level bureaucrat who dreams of flying away to freedom. But when a clerical error leads to the wrong man's arrest, his life spirals into chaos. The film mixes dark comedy, political satire, and bizarre visuals, with giant ducts, exploding apartments, and nightmarish dream sequences. Brazil is often called Orwell meets Monty Python, a disturbing yet hilarious warning about bureaucracy gone mad. Its vision of technology and control still feels terrifyingly relevant. Though it confused audiences at release, today it's hailed as one of the boldest and strangest films of the 80s. The Tall Guy, 1989. The Tall Guy is a charming British comedy starring Jeff Goldblum as Dexter, an awkward American actor struggling in London. Life seems miserable until he meets Emma Thompson in her film debut, playing a quirky nurse who steals his heart. Their whirlwind romance is filled with witty banter, awkward encounters, and the kind of offbeat chemistry that only Goldblum can deliver. But the film's highlight is its hilarious parody musical, a stage version of The Elephant Man, complete with singing and dancing pachyderms. Written by Richard Curtis, who later gave us Notting Hill and Love Actually, the movie perfectly blends romance with absurd humor. Though not widely known, it's a witty, warm rom-com that gave the world its first taste of Emma Thompson's undeniable charm.
Prince of the City, 1981. Directed by Sidney Lumet, Prince of the City is a gripping crime drama based on real events. Treat Williams stars as Daniel Cello, a New York cop caught between loyalty and morality. When he agrees to help federal investigators expose police corruption, he quickly finds himself drowning in lies, betrayals, and guilt. What makes this film so powerful is its unflinching realism. There are no easy heroes or villains, only flawed people trapped in impossible choices. With nearly 3 hours of tense storytelling, it feels like a documentary ripped straight from the streets. Lumet, known for Serpico and Dog Day Afternoon, crafts another masterpiece here. Overshadowed by flashier 80s films, Prince of the City remains one of the decade's smartest, grittiest, and most underrated crime dramas. Desert Hearts, 1985. Desert Hearts is a groundbreaking romantic drama set in 1950s Nevada. Directed by Donna Deitch, it tells the story of Helen Shaver as Vivian, a reserve professor seeking a divorce, who meets the free-spirited Patricia Charbonneau as Kay. What follows is a tender, passionate romance that was revolutionary for its honest portrayal of same-sex love. Unlike many films of its time, Desert Hearts avoids tragedy and instead celebrates freedom, self-discovery, and intimacy. The sweeping desert landscapes mirror Vivian's emotional awakening, while the chemistry between Shaver and Charbonneau is both delicate and electric. Often hailed as one of the first positive lesbian love stories in American cinema, this film broke barriers and touched audiences worldwide. It's a quiet but powerful piece of 80s cinema history. Liquid Sky, 1982. Liquid Sky is one of the strangest cult films of the 80s, a psychedelic mix of science fiction, punk fashion, and underground art. Directed by Slava Chukerman, it follows Anne Carlisle in a dual role as Margaret, a model in New York's neon-soaked club scene, and Jimmy, her rival. The twist? Tiny aliens arrive, feeding on human orgasms and killing drug addicts with beams of light. With its bizarre plot, pulsing electronic score, and surreal visuals, the film became a midnight movie sensation. It captures the grit, glamour, and chaos of 80s counterculture like no other film. Bold, experimental, and unforgettable, Liquid Sky isn't just a movie. It's an acid trip captured on camera where style and shock collide in dazzling fashion. Paris, Texas, 1984. Directed by Wim Wenders, Paris, Texas is a haunting masterpiece about loss, love, and redemption. Harry Dean Stanton delivers his most powerful performance as Travis, a silent drifter who mysteriously reappears after years missing. As he reconnects with his young son, he sets out to find his estranged wife, played by Nastasia Kinski. What follows is a slow, emotional journey across the American desert, filled with stunning cinematography by Robbie Mueller and a soul-stirring score by Ry Cooder. The legendary one-way mirror scene, where Travis and Jane finally confront their broken past, is one of cinema's most heartbreaking moments. Winner of the Palme d'Or at Cannes, Paris, Texas is a poetic exploration of family, forgiveness, and the aching silence between words. Come and See, 1985. Few films are as devastating as Come and See, directed by Elem Klimov. This Soviet war epic follows Alexei Kravchenko as Floria, a young boy whose life shatters when Nazi forces invade Belarus during World War II. What begins as innocent curiosity about joining partisans turns into a nightmarish descent through massacres, starvation, and unimaginable horror. The film's unflinching realism, harrowing sound design, and surreal imagery place viewers directly in the chaos of war. Unlike Hollywood's glorified battles, Come and See strips away all heroism, leaving only trauma and destruction. Kravchenko's performance, aging before our eyes in just days, is unforgettable. Brutal, yet essential, Come and See is not just one of the greatest 80s films, but one of the most powerful anti-war statements ever made.